In Portland, it was a little bit, but I got out before rush hour traffic too. So, the traffic was good, so I hit the bridge.
Yeah.
And, once I hit the bridge, then it became really good. And then, once I hit 26, it was just like, you know, I better watch my speed. There's like 5 cars out here, and all of them are blasting by me like I'm sitting still.
They'll be like troopers. I've heard of troopers, but I never seen them myself. Occasionally, like once in a blue moon. But the ocean is like my peace and harmony. But I also feel I actually, what do you call it, like survivor's guilt or something? Like where I feel guilty for just living in this scenic paradise.
Right.
We're almost nothing. We had the worst thing that happened recently in my hood. Guy, they came to find out months later, was the guy who'd done a murder, but nobody knew why he committed suicide and burned down his house. But he'd done a murder. So he basically had a paranoid conspiracy about his very best friend. They'd had a falling out. He blamed his best friend. He drives like 40 miles to his house, shoots him. His wife did a crime suspect sketch that somehow he couldn't place who he was. And they finally figured it out and traced leads of where he bought the gasoline and tortured himself. He had a giant house right on the ocean. He did it February 24th about. It was like 1 block off the ocean. And his SUV was sitting there for like months probably because his car key probably got burnt up. He had no assorted family to come and claim his stuff.
Yeah.
That was, and I remember that night having a weird feeling and falling asleep to sirens, and come to find out there was a house burning. It was so, they pack all the properties wage height because everybody wants to be up on the ocean. So his building was so super engulfed that everything else was going to get scorched, like this townhouse beside him. And the heat from the building was so intense he had to have like an evacuation on all sides. It was a big story, big blaze. And he had a few like assault charges, like different things, but he was about 67, maybe just tired of life.
Right.
Yeah. Well, my ex who tried to kill me 4 years ago got out of prison, and he lives up there in Seaside. But he doesn't bother me. It's just weird when I see him, because even today my like neck arthritis from him trying to break my neck.
Yeah.
It's all funky, and my mom's like, well, you know, it's kind of pain. You're probably just going to deal with it for your whole life. But he lives in a restoration